It all starts tomorrow. You might want to pay closer attention to people who are really telling you what's about to happen. Remember, I showed you the Z's in gematria that represents sleep, deep unconscious, and intuition. This is the reason why, if you are not mastering intuition, you are more likely to be asleep, deep in an unconscious state, which makes you more vulnerable to the frequencies that shift us into spiraling into negative emotions that feed our cons. Then you have the theta state, which is a trance-like state. This is what happens when we're deep in meditation or taking a nap. We have alpha state. This is when we're deeply relaxed. You could be spacey and kind of dreamy. This is when you're more passive and receptive. Oftentimes when we're watching TV, we're passive and receptive. And so the subconscious mind is programmed that way. We also have beta. This is the normal activity. This is when you are alert. This is when you are using critical thinking. And we have gamma, when you're extremely high in your levels of thinking, maybe even anxiety and alertness. And I believe that when we become hypervigilant, this is when you're constantly scanning your environment, scanning people's tones, scanning people's facial expressions to make sure nothing happens around you that causes you to feel unsafe. This is a result of trauma. Also, remember the variants of the virus were named after the brain waves. We had a beta virus, we had a delta virus, we had a theta virus, we had an alpha virus, maybe even gamma. I don't remember that one, but I talked about that in the womb consciousness decoding and the lambda decoding that you can find right here on Patreon. Now, remember, the 12 apostles is aligned with the 12 cranial nerves and the 12 zodiacs. This rules over the physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental plane. A lot of this that we're going over right now is taking place while we're in the season of Sagittarius, which is connected to the mental plane as it begins to enter into the spiritual plane. What is happening right now, these false flags and these events that are being constructed, it has a purpose, and that purpose is to deceive people and make it hard for people to see and know the truth. Now, there is a map of consciousness of certain activities and behaviors, our feelings, right? And these feelings, this emotional frequency that you allow yourself to be in, is what creates your reality. To be in the ascension journey, to be awakening, means you're becoming aware of the lower parts of you. This is the beast part of you, the 666 part of you, the part of you that is man. And when you start tapping into the higher chakras, the higher vibrational frequency emotions, you start to spiral up out of the simulated reality where you're able to decode things and see synchronicities and even make connections to certain things in your life that's connected to certain emotional patterns. And so throughout the ascension journey, we're going from the egoic based self, which is the lower three chakras, this